Okay, we are going to learn about the introduction to the cloud for our first bootcamp. So I'm going to record this, and yeah, I will present the page of the AWS Skill Builder. So this is our module. So yeah, I will go through all of this really quick. So you can use the skill builder.aws to learn. So in this module, we are going to learn about the introduction to the cloud. So just let's start. So okay, welcome to AWS Cloud Practitioner Essentials. So anyone knows about the AWS yet? Mas Aji, Rifki, Firman, Syah? Anyone want to raise a hand and say something? By the way, this meeting is recorded and then will be put on my Infraloka YouTube channel. Do you want to uh, say something?
Just continue, Mas.
Okay, AWS is the one of the cloud provider. So what is cloud actually? Cloud is, in terms of the cloud, it's like the, yeah, cloud. We don't own the service because we rent it. So it's like the compute powers, the networking, and all the stuff. It is from the powers above. We cannot touch it, we cannot feel it, but we believe there is a cloud, there's a server, there's a networking. It's like a religion. We only believe, we cannot see it, but we can prove that it exists. So that is the anatomy of the cloud. So yeah, you can use AWS, you can use Alibaba, you can use Microsoft, you can use Google. The concept of the cloud is the same. There's the cloud essentials. So it's like AWS always talk about the coffee shop. It's like you are a customer, and then in the in so the cloud itself has a few concepts. So okay, this is the cloud computing. Well, I don't know. So this is the on-demand delivery of IT resources. We already have like a lot of renting the computers. So for example, years ago, we need to have a data center for hosting an application. Now the compute, it's like an electricity. We can rent it by usage. It is called the on-demand delivery of IT resource. With the pay-as-you-go pricing, the cloud deployment types itself would be, there's a cloud base. The cloud base is like it's on the cloud. It is somewhere outside. We just believe it exists, but we can prove it exists by when we deploy it. It's it exists. So like proving something with just the evidence cannot directly feel it. And then on-premise deployment is deployed the on your office or your own data center. And the hybrid models, there's something in the cloud and there's something on the on-premise. So for the hybrid models, it is like for the regulations. For example, there is a data protection issue. You need to put all of your private confidential informations on that data center and then outsource all of the rest to the cloud. One of the use case. The other one is like you are using the cloud to outsource the capabilities in terms of there's a traffic hike. So, for example, the traffic is not stable, right? There will be up and down, and when it is below certain points, you can use your own on premise. But when the traffic is high, you need to scale up. Just use the cloud. That's one of the use cases of the hybrid model. Okay, we're not going to test this one. Okay, the benefits. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It used to be a fixed cost. Now with the cloud, it is variable cost. Variable cost. So you don't need to have an upfront cost of getting all of the IT resources. So you just run it as you go. Yeah, benefits for the massive economics of scale. You can scale near unlimitedly with all of the AWS, Google, Alibaba, Microsoft resources, not only on the region of Jakarta, AP Southeast 3, but also on Singapore, maybe. Southeast 1, even to the US. The US is one. And then, yeah, you stop guessing the capacity because it is in terms of elasticity. So it is elastic. It can be up and down. Stop guessing. But if you do it properly, but if you don't do it properly, there is no elasticity. Increase the speed and agility, of course. Just no, just ship the code. Don't need to buy all of those stuff. You stop spending money to run and maintain the centers. So one of the key points is you are not just buying the resources, but you need to maintain it. You need to make some kind of security, maybe put it on the data center. You need fencing, like camera surveillance, and then you need to hire people to maintain it. It's like such a hassle. So yeah, you can go global in minutes. Okay, next. Okay, global infrastructure. Okay, what is this? Yes, this the shared responsibility models. So there's the one that you are responsible, which is the this customer responsibility, like your data, your client side data encryption. If it's the client side, but if it's the server side, not your own, and then uh, this is the various by service like server side encryption, network traffic protection, platform OS. But yeah, for the security, it is always the AWS one and the infrastructure like hardware and often networking, the cloud. I mean, this is one of the use case. Mm, yeah, for example, this one you want to expand from Indonesia or Singapore to other region as well, other continents. It's possible. And yeah, that's the introduction to the cloud. So uh, we'll have this session for like maybe 30 minutes. So don't have some kind of overwhelming information. Anyone want to ask a question for this module one before we proceed? Okay, if there's nothing, we are going to uh well, if you want to ask, just raise hand, right? Okay, if you are, just raise hand. And then okay, we're going to the module two. So This the module two. Module two is about the compute. So there will be several stack, which is the compute, the database, and then the networking and the security is the IAM. So in this, we are going to talk about the compute. So the compute one, okay, this is only EC2, right? Okay. Okay, the compute of the cloud, there will be a server, a model maybe like the, okay, okay, I think I met Medium about this one. Hmm. Let's see if this still exists. I think if I remember correctly, I am making some kind of comparison, comparing. Hmm, where is it? Thing. Okay. This one. Okay, this is. I think we will stick to this one. It is called the comparing three-tier architecture. So there will be, yeah, this is the way when you want to get the traffic. So there will be a user accessing. So this is the case of when you are accessing the internet. Actually, you are. Oh wait, share this step instead. Ah, this is the way. So DevOps series comparing basically tier architecture pricing in Azure, Google Cloud, and AWS. So this is you. You are the user, and then you want to uh, request something on the internet. Take Infraloka, for example. Infraloka.co.id. You will go to the DNS, and DNS, this is the DNS, will resolve. So what is DNS? DNS is like the domain name service, right? It's a record containing several record, a record and stuff. When you are asking it on the, for example, like Infraloka, it will return the IP. So check this this one. Check IP. Check DNS checker. Maybe DNS checker. So for example, you want to check Infraloka. Ah, this is, it will return the IP. This is the IP. Okay. So the DNS will return the IP. Yeah, you can check from the IP address, location. You can know the location, the geolocation from the IP. So this is, now let's take a look. I'm using Vercel, so it will be on the US. And then, okay, okay, I don't, okay, yeah, this one. Uh, just check it. Nah, this one, Infraloka. We go to the A record. We get the IP from the A record. A is for alias. So it is for making an alias of your IP to the domain. So this the alias record. I think we're going to deep dive on that one. So we can check this one. Look, I'm using Vercel. It is on the United States. So it's publicly available data. It's not private one. So going to the DNS, it will resolve the IP. The IP itself can be attached into a load balancer, for example, or a server. But it is better to use the load balancer or attach it into the uh, CDN. Yeah, this is the example of the load balancer. We're going to stick to the basic. What is load balancer? Load balancer is like the middleware between you as a user and then and the server. We use the load balancer. The purpose is for the scaling. So it will have like the auto scale. So you can get all of the requests and then distribute the request into the multiple instance. So it's like the distributed processing. So yeah, it will go to the in Google Cloud. It is the compute engine or symbol EC2. So and then it can be used. You can use the EC2 or Cloud Run or the Kubernetes one. But and then it will go to the database. So I think yeah. So the database should be, I think it's, yeah, should be the same. So it's a different stack, different stack. So I think I need to clarify this one. So when you request something to the compute one, the server is not saving the data on that one. So it saves the data on the database or the data one, whether it's database or S3, it's the data layer. So it is, so you can have multiple compute, multiple servers, maybe 10 or hundreds, but you use one single master database or several multi-master database. So there is case of multi-master, but it's pretty advanced. Just take one database. Database can be, the recommendation will be there will be two, one database for read write and one database and several database for read only. So yeah, this is the way the database can be MySQL, Postgres, more maybe. So this is the pricing. I think it is from the 2.5 years ago. We can see that the pricing for the AWS is like 183. Oh, where is the Azure? I forgot to get to add the Azure one. This one for the Google Cloud is $234. Uh, okay. It is, yeah, you can say that it is pretty have significant pricing 2.5 years ago. Well, that's it, folks. Uh, yeah, I think we already have to. I already have tell you about the concept of the cloud, the elasticity, the PS Yuga model, and then we already talk about the different stack of layer, which is the networking one, the data layer, and then the compute one. So yeah, networking, storage, database. Okay. Well, that's it for maybe. Yeah, I think that's all. That's actually that is the only thing you need to know for the AWS Cloud Foundation. So yeah, welcome if you are already know about it. You already have abilities to certified as the AWS Cloud Foundation or other foundational cloud. That's the basic thing of the cloud. The pricing model can be as you go or then some kind of like reserve instance. We're going to talk about that one later. Any questions? The name is called Raja Premium. It's like judol online gambling. So if there's no question, we're going to end this session. Okay, thank you guys. See you. I'm going to stop the recording.